Forgive my curiosity, but what is that?
That's my little Octopussy.
James Bond films are known for their unforgettable titles, but Octopussy truly stands out. Provocative, cheeky, and impossible to ignore. Yet, as shocking as the name might have been for audiences, something even more surprising happened behind the scenes. During one particularly steamy love scene, Roger Moore, the suave 007 himself, found himself in an unexpectedly painful situation thanks to his co-star, Maud Adams. What exactly went down? And how did the titular Bond girl leave the debonair secret agent temporarily out of action? Stick around as we dive into the story of Octopussy, a tale packed with behind-the-scenes drama, Cold War thrills, and a title that almost defied explanation. The 13th James Bond film, released in 1983, starred Roger Moore in his 6th outing as the world's most famous spy. Directed by John Glenn, Octopussy saw Bond uncovering a sinister plot involving a Soviet general, nuclear disarmament, and a smuggling operation led by the enigmatic Octopussy, played by Maud Adams. Adams, who had previously starred in The Man with the Golden Gun as Andrea Anders, became the only actress to play a leading Bond girl twice. Louis Jourdan took on the role of Kamal Khan, a suave yet menacing villain working alongside Octopussy and General Orlov, played by Steven Berkoff, whose crazed warmongering provided the film with its high-stakes tension. The film's plot begins with a macabre twist. An MI6 agent disguised as a clown is pursued and mortally wounded by knife-throwing twin assassins. Clutching a fake Fabergé egg, he stumbles into the British embassy before collapsing, leaving Bond to pick up the trail. Bond's investigation leads him to a London auction where he swaps the fake egg for the real one, forcing Kamal Khan, an exiled Afghan prince and smuggler, to pay handsomely for the counterfeit. This clever move sends Bond to India, where he uncovers Khan's network of corruption. With the help of Vijay, an MI6 ally played by real-life tennis star Vijay Amritraj, Bond infiltrates Khan's palace, bests him in a rigged backgammon game, and engages in a high-speed rickshaw chase through the bustling streets. Things heat up further when Bond meets Octopussy, a wealthy smuggler operating under the cover of a traveling circus. Bond discovers her backstory. Her father, Major Dexter Smythe, was allowed by Bond to commit suicide rather than face a court-martial for treason. Grateful for this mercy, Octopussy took her late father's pet name for her and rose to prominence as a smuggler. Her compound is a lavish women-only paradise, but her partnership with Kamal Khan and Orlov's increasingly dangerous schemes soon draw Bond deeper into their web. Behind the scenes, Octopussy was a production full of drama and fascinating tidbits. Roger Moore, who was 55 at the time, initially considered leaving the role after For Your Eyes Only, but producers persuaded him to stay, fearing the rival Bond film, Never Say Never Again, starring Sean Connery, could outshine a new unproven Bond. This competition between the two films, dubbed the Battle of the Bonds, was one of the most publicized rivalries in cinema history. The producers ultimately stuck with Moore's established charm, which helped Octopussy edge out Connery's return at the box office. But let's return to the infamous incident that left Roger Moore momentarily floored. During a romantic scene with Maud Adams, who played the titular character, things didn't quite go as planned. As the cameras rolled, Adams accidentally kneed Moore in a very sensitive area, right where it hurts the most. The entire crew, already used to Roger's charm and professionalism, watched in stunned silence as the usually composed 007 crumpled in pain. Filming had to be paused so Moore could recover, and though it could have been an embarrassing moment, Moore handled it with his characteristic humor. Known for his quick wit, he reportedly laughed off the situation and reassured Adams, joking, "I think I might need more than a martini to recover from that." It was a rare instance when Bond himself was left shaken, and maybe even stirred. The incident became one of those on-set stories that the cast and crew would fondly recount in interviews, with Adams playfully defending herself by saying it was purely accidental. As awkward as that scene was, it wasn't the only instance of chaos during filming. Production was riddled with dangerous stunts and unexpected hurdles. One of the film's most iconic sequences involved a miniature jet flying through an aircraft hangar in the opening scene. To achieve this breathtaking stunt, the crew used a real BD-5J microjet, piloted by Hollywood stuntman J.W. Corky Fornoff. The plane was attached to a modified Jaguar car via a steel pole for some shots, and the illusion was completed with clever editing. This kind of high-risk stunt would be nearly impossible to replicate today without CGI. In fact, the pre-title sequence was so ambitious that parts of it had to be filmed in the United States due to the availability of open airspace. Another unforgettable stunt took place atop a moving train. While Bond battles assassins on the roof of the speeding locomotive, Roger Moore's stunt double, Martin Grace, suffered a near-fatal accident. Grace was hanging off the side of the train when it unexpectedly entered an unsurveyed section of track, smashing him into a concrete pylon. He sustained severe injuries to his leg and hip and was hospitalized for months. Yet, despite this setback, the production pressed on, and the scene remains one of the film's most gripping moments. Filming in India also brought its own challenges. The cast and crew had to navigate extreme heat, diet issues, and logistical difficulties. Roger Moore himself joked about the infamous Delhi belly that afflicted nearly everyone on set. The production borrowed elephants, camels, and even a live tiger for key sequences. One of the film's more bizarre moments featured Bond using a mechanical crocodile as a disguise to infiltrate Octopussy's island. Meanwhile, a real crocodile on set accidentally went into hiding under a soundstage for 2 weeks, much to the crew's alarm. When the set was dismantled, the reptile was safely retrieved, but the incident added to the film's wild production lore. Of course, the title Octopussy itself was a talking point. Adapted from Ian Fleming's short story, the name was derived from the character's pet blue-ringed octopus, one of the most venomous creatures in the world. The octopus featured prominently in the film's branding, but the one seen on screen was a fake powered by air. The risque title sparked controversy, with some fearing it would alienate audiences. However, it ended up generating curiosity and cemented the film's place in pop culture. Even the dialogue leaned into the cheekiness. When Magda, one of Octopussy's associates, seduces Bond, she refers to the octopus emblem on her clothes as "my little Octopussy," earning a signature eyebrow raise from Moore. One of the film's strengths was its vibrant setting. The production made extensive use of India's stunning architecture, including the Monsoon Palace and Lake Palace in Udaipur. These grand locations doubled as Kamal Khan's luxurious hideout and Octopussy's floating fortress, respectively. Local Maharajas not only granted permission for filming, but also hosted lavish dinners for the cast and crew, serving specially crafted rose wine. This generosity extended to loaning the production animals and even a Rolls-Royce used in the film. Yet the tiger hunt sequence proved particularly challenging. The real tiger, borrowed from a local palace, required careful handling, and its behavior added a layer of unpredictability to the shoot. Despite mixed reviews, Octopussy was a commercial success, earning $187.5 million worldwide. Its blend of Cold War espionage, outlandish stunts, and Roger Moore's trademark charm ensured its place in Bond history. The film even marked a turning point for the franchise. For the first time, audiences saw Q actively participating in a mission rather than staying behind in his lab. This added dynamic gave Desmond Llewellyn's character more depth and screen time, delighting fans. Whether it's remembered for its daring stunts, its audacious title, or the moment when Maud Adams accidentally floored Roger Moore, Octopussy remains a quintessential Bond film. It's a testament to the franchise's ability to balance high-stakes action with humor and occasional absurdity. Now it's time to hear from you. Were you as intrigued by the title Octopussy as audiences were in 1983? And what do you think of Roger Moore's misadventure during that infamous love scene? Let us know in the comments below.